Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here. Welcome back to another video for Cyberpunk 2077. And in this one, I want to bring you some gameplay and talk about a few kind of key gameplay moments from some of the stuff that I released the other day. Obviously at the time I spoke about my impressions, spoke about some of the other stuff like that, and most of that was me talking over the gameplay. But today I want to let some of it do the talking for itself. So I've picked out 4 of my sort of favourite gameplay moments from the gameplay we were allowed to share. I want to kind of give you a little bit of context as to what goes on in each of the clips, and then I'm just going to let it play so you can watch it, listen to it, and just enjoy the gameplay as it is. So if you guys do enjoy this, then a like would be super appreciated. Again, any more questions you guys might have, let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to stick around as well. I've got more Cyberpunk stuff coming your way this week. In fact, I'm working on a really in-depth breakdown going over like everything you could possibly want to know about loads of the kind of granular stuff in the game. So if that sounds exciting to you, then stick around, stay subscribed, and you can catch that one over on the channel very soon. But starting at the top, the very first scene I want to talk about is this one here. You see the character driving over towards this kind of shipping area with a load of kind of crates and whatnot. But there's a few key gameplay things that we see in this segment. Obviously, you know, the gunplay stuff isn't too prevalent. You do get to see them using some kind of like assault rifle or SMG kind of thing. And of course, we then see the blades later on. But the main 3 things I want to call out here are that we get a glimpse into the hacking system, which, you know, you get to do this from very early on in the game. And there are so many different things you can do with this. Obviously, as you spend points on your character, as you upgrade, you get more options here. There are more things you can do, and of course, you know, depending on the path that you go down, you'll be more adept at doing this. But as you can see in this situation, we use it to overheat the enemy and they then get set on fire. It's a good distraction technique. When you do some of the training early on in the game, one of the examples you can do is you can actually, like, you know, set off the comms on one of the guards, for example, which calls his mate over, and you can then detonate grenades to kill both of them. So there's a lot of hacking stuff you can do, and I feel like playing through this game and speccing quite heavily into that is going to 100% make for some pretty unique ways to take people out. So we're going to look at that. Obviously, you know, the amount of stuff you can hack, the amount of stuff you can do uses your like memory resource. So as you expand your character, as you level up, you can then add things to that. And then later on, of course, we get a look at you know, some gun combat in this section. We get a look at the double jump, which is an augment you get later on. By default, you don't have double jump, but you can, of course, upgrade your character so that you can have that. So definitely, movement specialist out there, you're going to want that. And we get the Mantis Blades, which are a Ripper Doc upgrade. The Mantis Blades, I think by default, or at least the one that I saw in the game, come with shock damage. So they are kind of concealed blades. But the cool thing is there's a lot of other things you can work into your arms, which I'll touch on in the kind of video tomorrow. But that is basically what you saw.
It's just a matter of time, motherfucker! Hey, she's there! This girl's shoes, listen. What if instead of an arm? Finish the cunt! Then it started next-gen Buddhist fellowship of... Forget this! Think, assholes, think!
So this is what I keep you brother.
Look out! I'm going in!
Do not do this! The implantation is against my beliefs. Please! I do not want them.
So this next clip, this one is kind of an integral one, and I mentioned this before that obviously depending on your backstory you choose, you have a different start to the game. Now, at some point, those stories converge and then you all kind of get to the same storyline. I mean, things will differ, of course, as you go. I'm not 100% sure where the stories converge, but I believe it may well be at this point because you're sent on a job to steal this really fancy looking car. And at first, Jackie's someone that, of course, you'll become friends with later on in the game, and you'll kind of do missions with him. To begin with, you're about to steal the car, and then he tries to steal it from you, and you then have this kind of, altercation with him. The police roll up, you get locked down, and then what basically happens after this is, well, when I was playing myself, I didn't get this clip, but the kind of quest designer spoke to me and sort of said that in the launch version of the game, after this scene, after you get arrested, there'll be a montage that plays that basically shows 6 months of you working together with Jackie, doing jobs, kind of just sort of like building your friendship, so that it then sets context for after that clip, after that sort of montage, you're then sitting in the city, sitting next to him, he's talking about a big job, and you're like, okay, this is why we work together. So that way it's kind of explained as to, even though he tried to pull you out the car here, he actually ends up becoming your friend.
Your moment to shine, kiddo. Good luck.
Let's take this piece of wonder tech for a whirl.
You're a man of little faith. See? We're rich. Now fire her up and call me when you're underway. Tell you where to go.
Looks like this'll be a cool breeze.
Get the fuck out.
Okay. Easy.
Nothing personal, compa. Just biz. Rayfield's mine.
What? Man, never heard of thieves' honor. Finders keepers. I was first.
Listen, only one of two ways to do this. Friendly or fucked up. Either way, the ending's the same. I'm taking the car.
What are you doing?
Chingados?
NCPD, drop your weapons!
You're under arrest!
Hands where I can see them. Nice and slow.
Jackie Wells, my old pal from the hood. See you haven't grown an ounce wiser.
Hey! Detective Stintz. Been a while, huh?
Inspector Stintz.
Same shit.
Speaking of, your mug's familiar too.
Yeah? Yours ain't to me.
Left for Atlanta, looking for a slice of happiness. Guess you didn't find it. I've always maintained it's the same for all you termites in Haywood. Born here, live here, die here. Looks like I was right.
You know, fuck all about me.
Truth hurts, huh? Just watch your tone. I'm not a patient man.
Hey, come on, Stintz. Give us a break, huh? You lock us up, they'll just jerk off till trial. And then what? Worst case, we get some months. Hell, standing room only nowadays in El Bote. So, they'll probably be out early.
Are these the thieves?
Fuck,
Ordinary
yeah.
street trash.
Got him in custody, Mr. Fujioka. We'll be taking him now.
It's a waste of effort. I have no time to testify or play at an investigation.
Suggesting we let him go, sir?
I suggest you toss them in the sea. Cuff legs broken so this trash doesn't float.
You heard him.
Fuck.
The next clip, this one is just a kind of a good look at some vehicle combat, because of course, as mentioned, when you're driving around the vehicles, you can go into third person and first person, but sometimes you are just the passenger. This is a mission, of course, where you are with Jackie. Interestingly, this is a different car to the one that I got to drive, because this is, to my understanding, from the Nomad backstory. So the Nomad seems to have this sort of modded scrap heap challenge style car, but the cool thing is that whenever you're driving around, you can press, I believe it was Y, and you can just jump out your car, or not jump out of it, you can lean out the window and you can just go into combat. So, while yes, some of these cars in this particular scene do seem to take quite a lot of bullets, I had a few scenes where I played through this, and of course you're being chased by cops and whatnot, and you can take them down pretty quickly, but having that kind of freedom to just jump out or like lean out the car and just start shooting at people and stuff like that is it's pretty fun. And then finally, the fourth scene I want to talk about is this one here, the rooftop fight. Now this one kind of touches on sort of melee combat. There's been quite a lot of questions around melee, sort of some people saying that when you see some stuff it looks a little bit stiff, and I think it's important to note that early on in the game when you don't have too many augments, it doesn't look as kind of exciting as it could be because, you know, when you factor in that you can put things like mantis blades in your arms or you can put like a laser whip in your arms and things like that, you've also got things that increase like movement speed, your ability to do takedowns and loads of things like that. So if you're kind of working with a very, very basic melee setup, you're effectively given the ability to punch, to block, and to do a strong charge punch which can break someone else's block, and obviously if you sneak up behind people you can take them down. So that's your sort of very bare bones basic limited melee setup, but this does of course give you an example as to how some of it will play out. You can swap to your weapons, swap back to melee, so you can use them accordingly. I definitely do want to, having seen some of the Ripperdoc upgrades, I definitely do want to kind of spec my character down the melee route and try and get as much as I can, because pairing with that with the fact that you can also get a katana and you can run towards people and just like hack them with blades, ooh, you know I'm going to be doing that. So yeah, definitely fully spec'd on that front.
This is pointless. I know where I'm gonna strike before I do it. Typical. Knew I'd say that.
You're for a fight. Which one of you's my guy?
Me!
Wasn't expecting a tag team, but whatever, I guess. So, who do I got first?
No. You don't get it. That body and this one, I'm the same person.
So, what? I'm seeing double?
I used to be twins, which you could probably guess. Twins had a close bond. They wanted to be closer, stronger. So they installed neural oscillation sinks. And now they're, well, me. One person, two bodies. My bodies do everything together. Everything.
Fine, but we're raising the stakes.
Fair. See no problem with that. So, can we get started?
Show me what you got.
So there you have it. That's just a rundown of 4 cool gameplay clips that were kind of shown from the recent gameplay. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you guys kind of enjoyed the opportunity to like watch some gameplay without too much talking over the top. Again, be sure to keep it locked because that next video I spoke about, the kind of really detailed one, should be dropping tomorrow. So if you want to kind of get a good feel for like all the kind of crazy stuff you can do in Cyberpunk, then definitely don't miss that video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget, if you haven't already done so, you can join the Arekkz Gaming Discord. We've got an awesome community over there with so many different channels for you to chat loads of different topics and different games. I'm in there, the team's in there if you guys want to chat with us, find people to play with. It's just in general a great place to be. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our future uploads.